Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday. It's cast on day. And voting day. Hold on for one sec. I just realized I forgot to put an extra light on here. We'll see if this makes things a little bit brighter. So happy Monday, everybody. It's cast on day, voting day, all the fun things kind of day. And we're getting down to the end of the year. There's only 3 Mondays left in the year, which seems very crazy, which means there'll be a wrap up video coming very soon, a whip parade that I don't know if I want to look at, but that'll be coming up soon. Hi, Sally. Okay, so this week's project is focusing on holiday ornaments. I I narrowed it down to Christmas balls or snowmen. And there was quite a few votes. We had well over 100 votes again on all the places here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So it was lots of fun seeing which way you were going to go. So I just pulled out, where is it? I have got, well, this ball here. I think this is some like Red Heart Super Saver. Um, Not a yarn that I use a lot throughout the year, but I do use it a lot at Christmas for making pom poms and Christmas ornaments because I like this shade of green. So I have this. I just have some oddballs. I have this and I have some red that, again, I think was a Red Heart Super Saver. I have to do a little shout out. My friend Evelyn made me this bag and I absolutely love it. This great big, nice size tote bag. Look at the yarn or the fabric inside. Orange with flowers. It's really, really cute. Anyways, what it is holding right at this moment is some yarn. Ball of red. Again, I think I'm pretty sure this is Red Heart Super Saver. I don't know. The colorway is probably red, Christmas red. I'm not sure. Ball band is long gone. But it is also holding my little 22 needle Centro circular knitting machine. So what I did do was I did start a little cranking on here. But the ornaments that you guys were voting for, I am going to hand knit, whether it is the Christmas ball or the snowman. But anyways, this is the yarn. This is the yarn. I've got a lot of this. I don't think I have to buy anymore. I have got a few bags of worsted balls of white part yarn. I've got a darker green over there. I've got a darker red. Just looking at some of the balls that I've organized already. So these are what I'm going to use. Obviously, I'm going to pull out the white for the snowman, if that's what I am knitting. But I've got Christmas yarn. You guys always know. I've got this little shelf sitting back here, and that always used to hold all of my Christmas yarn, any red, green, and white stuff. That's what was on there. But I've moved it off there, and I've just put it all in my worsted shelf. So, anyways, that is it. So Christmas balls. What did people say? Some people said no, they weren't going to vote for snowmen because last year, the Fiber Friends, we did the Izzy dolls. That's what they were called. The little dolls. And if you have not checked out Izzy dolls, by the way, you should go take a look in Ravelry. There is, I don't know, there's probably has to be close to 30, 40, 50 patterns. Some are free, some are paid for, all different things. There was a snowman pattern that I picked to do last year, and I did do a few of them. Toy knitting is not always my favorite thing, but I like something that's not too fiddly, and I do seem to like doing snowmen. So a couple people had said, no, don't do snowmen because you did those last year. Some people thought do Christmas balls because I have been talking about doing Christmas balls. Knit over the clear plastic balls. So I did pull out a few of these. I've got them in my little pom-pom box here, ready to go. And so I have these. I have a whole bunch of these in different sizes. So we'll see. So my idea for Christmas balls could be lace, the idea of knitting lace and just pulling it over the ball is exciting for me. Doing some simple stranded work, maybe even doing intarsia again, or just doing some plain, just doing a red ball, a green ball, a white ball, striping them. Just not super, super complicated because I want it to be a project that I could just get done in a night. Kind of the same as the snowman, something quick. Um, a Christmas movie project or a two movie project, maybe an evening project. So, yeah, that was it. I mean, there was pretty on Face or Instagram stories, it was pretty close. Christmas balls or snowmen. YouTube and Facebook, they were a little more one-sided. So I'm pretty excited. Um, I don't know. I think if I had voted, I probably would have voted Christmas ball. Just because I've been talking about it a little bit more the last couple of weeks, and it's always something that I want to do every year and don't always seem to get around to doing it. So I think that's what I would have voted for. So, oh, I didn't actually figure out the percentage of what, um, maybe about 60%. The winning, the winning holiday themed ornament probably won with about 60% of the votes. So a little bit more than the last. I think last week was it tied? It was really, really close. Um, this week there was a larger gap. So for this week's holiday themed project, what I'm going to cast on is insert your own drum roll here. It's going to be a Christmas ball. So the snowman was close, but Christmas balls pulled ahead. So I'm excited for this. I would like to do a bunch and put on the tree that I have up here in this room, and maybe just I just want it to be all handmade ornaments. So the Christmas balls could definitely go on this tree. So, Christmas balls it is, everybody. Now, I do have the Arnie and Carlos book. Does anybody have their Christmas ball book? Now, it's been out, my gosh, how long has it been out? 15 years, maybe? Trying to think of where, um, yeah, was it before? Yeah. Anyways, I'm guessing maybe about 15 years. Years, Susanna says. It has been a long time. And I remember the last time I pulled the book out, I looked at it and I thought, oh my goodness, did they ever look young? Oh, Sherry, you have it? Liz, I was in the middle of a stitch. Oh, couldn't do a drum roll. That's okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people got it when the book came out, and even the next like number of years after, it seemed to be super popular. I think, well, for me, anyways, their book was the first I think that I had really ever seen of knitted Christmas ornaments. I mean, there probably was a few others out there around the same time, but um, they were the ones that really brought it to my attention. So I have the book. If I remember correctly, there was a time where the book was out of print or it was really, really hard to find. So when I finally did get my hands on it or I found it, I grabbed it. And I have knit a total of one ball out of there. I think I have um I think I've tried or attempted to start a few others and just, I don't know. I got sidetracked, but I do know I knit one for my daughter and I saw it on her Christmas tree this past weekend. Um, oh, Sherry, you have knit none. I know. That's why I keep saying it's like a good coffee table book. So Anne says, "What are the Christmas balls?" So Anne, what I want to do is I've just got the plastic balls that you can get them at the dollar store, Michael's, or probably Joann's has them in the U.S. And apparently, you can knit around the ball. So I have never ever done that before, so I want to try that. But what I have done in the past is I have just started and knit in the round. Start with what, like 8 stitches on the bottom, and every other row you increase out, and then you do a few straight rows, and then you decrease down. Like it's not super, super hard to figure out. And then you can do stranded color work around those rows. And there's like a bazillion different patterns. And if I'd had a couple more minutes, I would have grabbed the Arnie and Carlos book, but we'll pull it out for next week. But lots of libraries have it. I mean, they have candles. I'm just trying to think. There's like candles. I think there's horses, reindeer. The one I did for my daughter was just a stranded pattern, and I did it in red and white. There's like diamonds. There's a little bit of um, all kinds of things. Oh, Liz says my roommate has knit three Arnie and Carlos stockings. Oh, that's fun. Yes, I think that's what their mystery knit along what is a stocking again this year, isn't it? Sherry, very Scandinavian type designs. Yes, that's absolutely is. Yeah, so their books are always fun, and they're just really nice, even just to look at. Put this time of year, right? Pull it off your bookshelf, set it on the coffee table, so at least you can just flip through it, even if you're not knitting from it. So I'm really excited. I'm even thinking that you guys, okay, I need to kind of backtrack a little bit. I need to find in my Christmas decorations. I did knit a bunch of Christmas balls. I don't know if I just used I think the Arne and Carlos in the front of the book maybe has like just like a basic ball pattern, you know, um, like if you just want to knit a red ball kind of thing, right? With no stranded, no color work, no anything, just like cast on your stitches, increase to this many stitches, this knit this many rows straight, decrease down to here kind of thing. I may have used that, but I knit a bunch quite a few years ago, which could have been coincided when the book came out. I did knit a bunch, but I did them in worsted weight and I put beads on them. So they were all solid colors, and then I just put beads in like a diamond shape or something. And then I gave them all out at Christmas to my family. That was a long time ago. But I was just thinking maybe they need some updated ones with the plastic balls instead of stuffing them. I don't know, something a little different maybe. Okay. Sherry says, 3 years in a row, I plan to knit one a month, but don't remember till mid December. I know. Now, you know what? I think somewhere along the line we were chatting about this, about how we have all these good intentions right now and think of all the things this time of year that we should be doing, and of course, don't have time. We say we're going to start them in January, and then come January, we're like so exhausted from all the funness of Christmas that we're just like, okay, no, I'm going to take January off. And then before you know it, it's November again, and we're in the same boat and haven't done it. But I think there was some talk about the Fiber Friends doing one weekend a month. And did we pick the first weekend of the month that we were going to do? It's like just say, like Friday to Sunday and be, yes, like who wants to do a Christmas ball this weekend? I think we talked about that, and then I think we promptly forgot about it again. I should remind Cheryl about it because I think that would be a great idea for those of us. Cheryl was the same way. I think she wanted to do like the little mini ornaments, the hats, the mitts, the stockings, and she was going to do like one a month or two a month or something because they don't take that long. And, of course, she didn't do it either. So, maybe we all need to do that. Oh, Nikki, you made gingerbread house. Oh my gosh, I love doing that. I am so excited. I I started out doing that with my kids when they were little, and I can't wait to do that now with my granddaughter. Okay, let me show you a little bit more knitting. Um, oh, Jen says, I've knit a few this past couple of weeks. They're quite fun to knit. Okay, well, anybody who is entering those into the Fiber Friends thread is now open. Somehow, I don't know. I forgot to open it because I guess because we hadn't picked our winners from November, I wasn't thinking about opening the December because we haven't picked in November's. But anyways, November thread is up. So if you have got Christmas balls or I saw a Christmas gnome, I don't know if it was a Christmas gnome, but I think it had a red hat. So that to me counts as Christmas. You can go put your pictures in over there. Okay, you guys. So, what did I knit the most on this week? I am sure you were all sitting there just waiting to find out. I will tell you. This week, I knit a lot on my shrug that seems to have a lot of strands of yarn. There we go. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? I have this mess that I'm really, really hoping is not going to get tangled up somewhere. Anyways, my shrug, I am now on ball two, which means I hit the halfway mark and I'm just over the halfway mark. Look at that. You can see starting to get a little bit of a dent in this huge ball. So Fisherman's Wool, Lion Brand, Fisherman's Wool is what I'm using. The pattern is actually called Fisherman's Wool Speckled Shrug. And it is just a lot of knitting. It is not hard. It is just some ribbing and some stockinette, and then you have to seam up the sides. It's just a lot of knitting. It's just a lot of stockinette knitting, which has been wonderful for me every night this week because I can watch a Christmas movie and I can knit. I need to wear this on Saturday, and this is where I am. I am not panicking because I am on track. Now, I put there we are. Oh my gosh, I love it when I put a stitch marker on here to show where I started last week. And I'm like, whoo. I always think I'm like, where is the marker? And then I realize I need to go down a whole lot farther. So there it is. Okay, this one right here. I started out, I was gonna put markers on for every day, then I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that." So, there we go. This much. I knit this much this week since we chatted last Monday. So last Monday, oh my gosh, I only had this little bit done. Now, I have all of this. So I am at 23 inches. The pattern says to go for 44. I may not go quite that long. So I sort of tried it on this morning and I'm happy with it. So my plan was I had started out like a week ago, like 2 weeks ago. I had measured this little piddly bit that I had done, this little bit, and figured out, I need 44 inches minus the like 6 or whatever I had done. And then how many days meant I needed to knit 2 inches a day. Well, then I got all gung ho trying to get my socks finished for the November sock knit along that my shrug got set aside. And then after I finished my socks, I still kind of forgot about my shrug. I think I was just so happy that I had those socks done. I was just taking a little bit of a breather, thinking I did not need to knit every waking minute of the day to get something finished. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, shoot, I have this shrug to do. So I pulled it out and I repeated the math and figured out the new number of days that I needed until I had to wear it and figured out all the math. And now I need to knit 3 inches a day, which is, I mean, a little bit. It usually works out to about an hour. I can get it and close to an inch done. Depends how distracted I get and how many times I look at my phone and you know all those things. Um, but pretty much an hour. So I need to knit 3 hours a day. So this is where I am. So the this is the cast on edge, and you do 2 inches of ribbing. So this ends up being the collar. So I am so then once I've got 44 inches knit back here, well, 42, then you're supposed to put 2 inches of ribbing. So right where I am, if this was a cast off edge, this would be cast off edge of after 2 inches of ribbing. I would pull the other end of the ribbing around and I would, oops, what way am I going here? This way, edge to edge. It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying here, right? So then I would seam up the side and leave an opening. But this is already that long. So I'm like, I think 44 inches is supposed to come down under your butt. And I'm like, if mine's not quite that long, because I'm not tall, I sometimes don't need to do the whole length. And I'm thinking, like, really, I'm getting kind of close. Now, I would like it to be a lot longer. So I am going to try and stick to, even if I get 2 inches done a day, starting tonight. So after we're done chatting here, I need to find a Christmas movie and I need to get at least 2 inches done because I have not worked on this. I did not get any done on this one before I left for work. So if I can get 2 inches done today, if I can get somewhere two, if I make three, that'll be good. Thursday night, Friday night, I will kind of stop and put it on again and see where I am, see if I want to go the full length. I will have enough yarn because one ball I got just over the 22-inch mark. I just switched to this ball. So I will have enough yarn. So this, I mean, these balls are huge. It's 100% wool, it's a worsted weight, and it is 425 meters or 465 yards. And it is a 227-gram ball. So it's big. So really it's two balls in one, right? I always kind of picture everything. I always convert everything to a 100-gram ball. So if it takes, eight 50-gram balls, I'm like, okay, so really that's four balls. So um yeah, so 400-gram balls is what this would take. So I'm just going to keep working away on this, but I have to get this done because I have some Christmas things that I need to work on as well. And I've stopped looking at my app because I just don't want to know how close Christmas is. Because, because, but I'm going to just keep plugging away on this. But look, I love it. I love the marled color of this yarn. I don't know if it was on the ball band, there's just a number, but it might be oatmeal or something like that. That kind of oatmeal kind of describes it nice. So I think it's going to be wonderful. And I am hoping that it's going to be something that I just grab a lot. Like right now, I am like wearing this. This may wear out and I may have to reknit this one. This is this um simple summer top down tweed v-neck sweater that a bunch of us knit last year, and I absolutely loved the pattern. I love the yarn that I knit it out of. This is the melange yarn, and this yarn came from Little Red Mitten. I highly recommend it. It does pill though. It does pill. I had to take a defuzzer to it, but I would still I would still knit like every other sweater out of this yarn. Love it. Okay, what else did I work on other than that? Not a whole lot, but a couple things. My Sophie scarf. 16. Thank you, Sam. Sam. 16. Okay, that's fine. Still more than 2 weeks. Not a problem. Not a problem. We have got to um we have to make that weekend of Christmas knitting happen over on the Fiber Friends channel, you guys. Whether it's ornaments or gifts, maybe that's it. Like we need to set aside like a pair of socks or a scarf or whatever we think we want to do for our family members. We need to have something on the needle, and every weekend take a couple of hours, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and just work on our holiday items. I say we as in me, but anybody else is welcome to join me. Okay, my Sophie scarf is significantly longer. I mean, it's not quite looking like a scarf yet, but I'm still increasing. So I told you my little dilemma, right? You guys voted for the scarf. There's a Sophie scarf, there's a Sophie shawl. You guys voted for the scarf. I was excited for the shawl. I went on Ravelry that night or the next morning, and I like bought a pattern and I bought the wrong one. So, um but I'm figuring it's a scarf. I think I can kind of figure it out. So I don't know. I'm going to make this a little bit wider. I think the Surface scarf is not very wide, is it? Like it's really quite long and skinny. Maybe I should weigh my ball. I don't think I'm quite at the halfway mark yet. Um, Jude, thank you. Um, anyways, it's going great, and I love the I-cord edge on here. The yarn is loops and threads, impeccable. I ended up, what do I have? I think I have 3 balls of this. So I can make this as long as I want. But we'll see. I'm gonna see how far one ball will go. Because I know the Sophie scarf is not supposed to be long. It's just supposed to wrap around a couple of times and then just kind of tie, right? I know I'm gonna try to get something like that, or I may just make up my own and go whatever I feel looks right. Aaron Tweed is this colorway, and I really, really like it. So this is 100% acrylic. So, it's great for all those people who don't like wool or are family members who don't quite understand the wonderfulness of wool and the resulting need that you need to hand wash it, right? So, anyways, so this, if it's finished, will go in the gift box. Oh, Nikki, you're gonna teach your daughter to knit using this pattern? This pattern? And she can knit a little bit, but expand her skills. She wants a sweater. Oh, so we picked Karen cakes. Oh, Karen cake. Yeah, they're lovely, right? Fun colors. Jude is saying la 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 to Sam, as I'm sure a lot of us are. We do not want to know quite yet how close Christmas is. All we need to know is this time to get serious and knit quick, right? Um, let's see. Okay, anyways, so I did do a little bit of other work, but mostly I did a chunk. So see last week when I showed this to you, I had pulled it out because I thought I had messed up my increases. And I don't know. I might have, I might not have. Kind of looks the same. But anyways, I restarted it last week. So last Monday when I showed you, I was only up to here. I just had a teeny weeny little start and I got all the rest of this done. So I really feel like I have had a lot of knitting time this week. Knitting on that shrug really took most of my time, but I did do kind of switched it between the two. The other project that I did do a few rows on here and there. Sam, you'll want to take a peek at this one because I think you will be excited to see this. Um, this was the week you were voting for pot holder or dishcloth, and pot holder went out. And I had pulled out these two, kind of the red and the apple green. And this is what Sam had sent me, one of her mosaic patterns, slip stitch patterns. And this is the design she sent me. So I got, I don't know, maybe about six or maybe six rows done. So just a little bit. But there, you can start to see a little bit more of the pattern. What this was called Faces in the Crowd. So look, you can totally see the faces in there. It is fun. So it is, I really like knitting on it, but my other projects have just kind of taken all my time this last little while. But, anyways, I am just going to keep working away on this. And I don't have last week's project here to show you because I left it downstairs. But it was the intarsia knitting, and you voted for me to knit it flat. So I have got the green, I've got two balls of handicrafter cotton for that. One is the same color of green, I think, like the apple green. No, no, it's not. It's emerald. It is an emerald green, and the red was called the country red, which I have to say is not my favorite color of red. I'm not a big red fan to start with, and but somebody else will probably like it. Um, Sam, do I need help to knit it? I know you would have it done in an afternoon, wouldn't you? That's okay. I'm gonna stick with it, slow and steady. Yeah, so it's cast on. I cast on with the red. So what I'm doing, I did find a Christmas tree pattern, and I've just cast on some bread. I've cast on the whole width, 72 stitches, I think maybe is what I ended up with. And then I'm just going to fold it in half and stitch around. Oh, Cindy, you grew up loving red. You wanted everything red. See, I was the opposite. I I only like red at Christmas typically, but for some reason, red is starting to kind of grow on me. So who knows? I may be knitting with a little bit more red this coming year. So that is really what I worked on this week. Since I finished my Christmas socks, I have not knit on any socks, and I really kind of miss that. But this is it, you guys. I have to keep working on this. And what is size needle? I think I went with a 5 millimeter needle. Anyways, I'm really happy with it. I know one of the ladies who knit this, she posted in our group saying that she was pulling hers out because hers did not fit. So that's the only thing I would say about these shrug patterns is that um, it is hard to wrap your head around the construction and figuring out your size because the pattern does say one size fits all. I made mine a little bit wider because I wanted a little more coverage here. So I'm happy with I think where mine's going to sit. So it doesn't, I just wanted, it's not going to close. I don't know. Just from wrapping it around, I think it's going to be just end up being a few inches, possibly 6. I think mine ended up being, I measured widthwise here. So I cast on 160 stitches and it was 40 inches wide. So that's what I was kind of going for, like 4 to 6 inches less than the chest measurement. Anyway, this is kind of a trial run. I want to see if I can somehow figure out like a good measurement for all the different sizes, because I think the one size fits all is a little bit a little bit misleading. I mean, it is a shrug, so, if it is super baggy, oversized on somebody and just a little bit of positive ease on somebody else, I mean, I guess depending on how you like to wear things, but I want us to be able to try and figure out a little bit of, a way to measure and figure out how so you can get something that's gonna fit, not like Linda, who has now pulled hers all out and has rewound all the balls, and she's starting again. So, anyways, for shed construction, oh, the arm seams run on the underside of your arm. That's right. Yes. It's just, um, like you can't use like your chest measurement, right? Because you're not I don't know. Anyways, it probably makes sense to most everybody else. It's just I was having it's probably me that was having the biggest well, I know there was a few people at the guild too who were like, "What goes where?" And some people thought they were knitting it one way and it was going to go on sideways. Yeah. Anyways, there was a little bit of confusion around it. Maybe it was just the pattern that most people were knitting from. But anyways, oh, Nikki, you just made the cutest ski bonnet from Marvel. I can't wait to see your face in the morning. That is really fun. That's fun. Did you guys finally get some snow? Yes, Sherry says, yeah, you don't have control over the chest width. Extra fabric goes to the back. Yes. So, anyways, I'm going to knit this whole thing. It feels like I'm knitting a blanket, and then I'm going to seam up the edges to make armholes, and then we'll see. Um, what it's gonna be. Anyway, but I'm thinking mine is on track. I'm happy, I'm not worried. I thinking I'm gonna be fine. Fingers crossed. I would be a little sad if I'm not happy with it because I'm really, really sure that I'm gonna be able to make this, and it's gonna be one of those things that you're just gonna wanna grab and throw on when it's cool, like a spring, fall, I don't know, just kind of any time as I'm hoping I will wear it a lot. So we'll see. I will have it done here by Saturday. If you join Cheryl and I Saturday morning, I have predicted I'll be finishing the ribbing as she and I are chatting, and then I will just seam up super, super quick, grab my skein of yarn that's going in our gift exchange and my food and jump in the car with a finished shrug, and I will wear it for the afternoon. That is how my Saturday is going to go. So, if I decide to make it a little shorter than the 44 inches, maybe I will have it done Saturday morning. Maybe I will be wearing it when Cheryl and I podcast. We'll see. We'll see. Never, ever have I had a project done a day or two before it's supposed to be. Like, probably never. So, I don't know if this will be the first one. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Stranger things maybe have happened. All right. So, what's everybody else working on? Anybody else? So, Jen said, I saw in the comments, didn't read all the comments earlier, but I saw Jen say she had knit a few Christmas balls this week. Is anybody else doing Christmas like holiday items for the Fiber Friends challenge for December? And what are you working on? Is anybody doing the gnome, the Imagine Landscapes gnome? Oh, Cindy. Okay, so you have heat then, right? So happy. Oh, it was hot water. That's right. Two people on Saturday. It was Saturday, right? I think it was Saturday morning. Somebody's furnace had broke, and Cindy did not have hot water. I know. Thank goodness you're back up and running. Oh, did Jude say Jude said, "I made a giant granny square shrug, and it is perfect for a quick grab on a chilly summer night, spring, etc. So hopefully yours does as well. I am hoping, Jude. I'm hoping so. And Susie asked you, did you follow a pattern? Yes. Did you follow a pattern or did you just kind of wing it? Do you have any idea what measurements you went for? I don't know. I'm a little obsessed with the shrug thing and trying to figure out what size I need. I'm just kind of going right now. My guideline is 4 to 6 inches. The width needs to be 4 to 6 inches less than your chest measurement. But don't hold me to that. Wait until this is done, and then I will revise that. Maybe it needs to be 2 to 4 inches less. I don't know. I like my shrug to come more like to cover part of your chest. The one that one of our guild members had finished. Now she kind of again didn't didn't knit her shrug to the pattern. Um I think she thought it was supposed to be 44 inches this way, not total lengthwise. Anyways, what she did, so she kind of read the pattern, did her own thing, sewed up a little bit, and then left most of the side open, which was an interesting look. Um, as opposed to doing the opposite. Most of according to the pattern, most of the side is supposed to be sewn up, and then you just leave about 7, 10 inches, whatever you want, for the armhole opening. She did it the other way, but it worked fine. But hers was a little bit smaller on me. It fit some people fine. Everybody was trying it on to see everybody. We had probably, a small, a medium, a large, and extra large. We had all sizes. Everybody was trying it on, and I thought for me, it wasn't wide enough. It ended right here, and it just, yeah, felt like you needed a little more coverage. It would be warmer and cozier, and when it ends at the edge here, it was just like framing the girls. It was like you just like zoomed in. So thought, yeah, I need to make it a little bit wider. So that's what I did. Anyways, I am on a shrug journey here to try and figure out the best way to figure out your sizing. So stay tuned. Oh, Dawn is doing the gnome. That's so fun. Oh, Sam sent a picture. Okay. Oh, Jude says nope. She just made a giant square and figured it out. Okay, Jude, you're smarter than me. Can give you more details if you're in the Fiber Friends group if you want. Sure, Jude, if you don't mind, that would be wonderful. Oh, yep, Susie would love the details. Cindy says, oh, Cindy said she made a granny square shrug and I wear it a lot in the winter while knitting. Look at that. See, I knew this was going to be something that I was just going to want to grab and wear all the time. I really have this feeling that I want to make a lot of them. And maybe a shrug is what I will make for everybody next year. If I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I'm going to make shrugs. Yes, for like 10 people next year because I can do that. Possibly. All right, I just dropped a stitch while I was chatting. So let me fix this before I go any further. Okay, Liz. Liz is working. Oh, on a February hat, a free pattern on Ravelry. That's awesome, Liz. What does it have? Is it like cables or any kind of texture? Jude, that's right. Yes, Jude, it is super late for you, isn't it? Because you're in the UK, right? So yeah, that's fine. Whenever it works for you, just pop some details in there. That would be fun. So you guys, I mean, well, you can knit them now, but just so you know, right? Like in February is Jocelyn and I's 2-week sweater challenge. And Fiber Friends do the whole month of February as a sweater knitting month. So, if you can resist casting on a shrug right now, It could be I would say that would be fine for, like, a 2-week sweater pattern, right? It's a garment. It can be whatever you want. So yeah, so that, but you may wanna cast on something now too, and that's completely fine. Sam, you sent a picture. That's what I don't have my phone. I'm not sure where my phone is. Liz said combination of knits and pearls. Oh, okay. If your February hat, knits and pearls texture. Okay. That's nice. Sherry's working on a Christmas colorwork sweater for your granddaughter. What size, Sherry? It's always so funny, right? Everybody says granddaughter, and I immediately think of like, I don't know, size 2 or 3, right? Like, you just think granddaughter, you think little itty bitty toddlers, right? Like Scarlett's age, where granddaughters, obviously. But Sherry, you can't have granddaughters that are super, super, like super old, super old, like 16. Okay, an 8, 10. So that's still small, but it getting bigger, right? Oh, Susie, that's right. Yes. No hurry, Jude, but I appreciate your sharing. I crochet a shrug. Oh, you crocheted one a couple of years ago and wear it a lot, but I'm interested to see if a different one would fit better. See, Susie, that's kind of my thing, as I'm like, I'm on this mission now to see, yes, like what the gauge should be, how many. I want to see if I can perfect that and just say, okay, yes, if you have a chest measurement of this size, then your shrug should be this width and you'll get a nice fit. Anyways, maybe we can kind of work on that together. If you ladies crochet one, maybe that's it. Kind of see what your chest measurement is versus the width of your shrug and then see, am I right? Kind of 4 to 6 inches less than your chest measurement? Is that a good go-to? Or am I not even in the ballpark? Oh, Diane, you're off to teach. Have fun. Oh, Sam, what's your question? I need help to decide if I will keep working or rip it out. Rip it out. I'm in Jocelyn mode. Jocelyn ripped out, or she was going to rip out. Oh, I saw it. Jocelyn, did I see you in here? You were going to like rip out your shawl today, I think, weren't you? Okay. Yep. Sam, if you're confused by it, just rip it out. Start again. It's a dishcloth. You can whip it up again in no time at all. Oh, okay. So Christmas knitting. So a few people were working on ornaments. Who is working on gifts right now? So Sherry said she's doing her granddaughter's sweater. I have to do another stocking, which will not take me long, and I'm going to start it on Sunday. After I have this finished and have worn it on Saturday, then the stocking has to be next on my list, which is kind of why the last few weeks, well, I've known I've had to do the shrug knitting. So that's why the last few weeks, um, New Start Mondays have been smaller projects, the dishcloth, the pot holder, and now the ornaments, because, well, A, they're great projects for this time of year to have something small and that you can gift. But I also knew that I have this and the Christmas stocking that I have to get finished in 16 days, apparently. That's okay. It won't take long. It was knit on, I don't know, 6 millimeter needle. It was chunky yarn, so it's gonna go quick. Not stressing too much about that. I'm starting to think about it a little bit, but not stress about it. Okay, Sherry says, I think the only way to manage that is an applied button band, maybe with short rows. Oh, did I? What was that for? Did I miss something? Sherry. Oh, wait. Oh, no, no? Okay. Um, oh, wait, is that just like for the shrug to like to make it fit better? Is just to put buttons on it? Is that what you're talking? Is that what you're suggesting? Dude, I think you also kind of need to take body length into account because getting the shrug to meet in the middle versus how long it needs is something to consider too. Agree, we button band consideration. Okay, so you guys, but okay, so tell me if I'm wrong, but like what I have cast on here, right? Okay, goes around. This goes kind of elbow to elbow. So I'm thinking what I'm casting on is giving me my width and my coverage, even though, and then the length is going to go from the shoulders like down to the butt or down to the waist. We'll see. Well, I'll have to work on one and then we'll have to put all our heads together of which is, but you're right, Jude, probably, I mean body length because this shrug pattern that says one size fits all, it goes 44 inches, which then is folded in half. So you end up with 22 inches from the neck down to wherever that lands, your waist, mid butt, under your butt kind of thing. Oh, Sherry says extra chest width on the shrug is like doing short rows. Possibly, possibly. All right, but we'll see. We'll see. Short rows would be fun to do. Yeah, I think there's lots of ways you could play around with it. It's just you have to knit like a big blanket to figure it out though, right? Unless oh, Sherry says not exactly. It sort of looks canoe shaped, like a pea pod. Yes, it does. Once it's when you sew it up and if you yes, you put your cast on edges in the middle. Yeah, it looks like yes, it does. A pea pod, canoe shaped. That's a good way of describing it. All right. Well, we'll see. I've got an idea in my head. We'll see on Saturday if if it if it works out. All right. What's everybody else trying to finish up this week? Is Sherry, is your sweater like the number one priority project for you right now? And what about anybody else? Liz, do you have anything that has to get finished? Well, has to, should get finished this week to keep yourself on track for holiday gift knitting? Sam, are you gifting any dishcloths to anybody in your family? I have a couple of other just diamond shaped dishcloths that I finished that I think they're going to go in the gift basket as well. Oh, Sherry says probably. So her granddaughter's sweater is a cheap, squeaky acrylic, so it is making me grouchy. Well, there, the faster you can get it done, then you can move on to some nicer yarn. But that'll probably be best for her, right? Because then she can just wear it and wash it and yeah, don't have to worry. Just let her wear it, right? Jude says, I think I have a shrug measurement formula. Jude, see? I mean, of course, somebody has to have figured this out. There's way smarter people out there than me. So, yeah, I would, sure, you can email. Sure, you can. Olafson, hello. My first sweater and leg warmers. Almost finished both. That's exciting, finishing your first sweater. Oh, Sam, you're doing dishcloths for Christmas gifts? That's wonderful. Hi, Nancy. I finished, a hot water bottle cover and almost done a baby blanket. That's exciting. Now, your hot water bottle cover, is it just like plain stockinette or does it have a cable up the center or any color work or anything on it? I know Cheryl has been talking about wanting to knit a hot water bottle cover for a while. So that would be fun to see a picture of that too. Oh, Cindy's not gift knitting. I do not want to make. But you do want to make yourself some mittens so my fingers don't freeze cleaning off your car. Very, very practical knitting idea, Cindy. Sally, hello, Sally. Sally cast on a pair of Christmas socks, but didn't get too much done. Oh, you've been sick a lot and not. Oh, well, you know what? You still have 16 days. So you have got normally you have lots of time, but hopefully, yes, if you're still feeling under the weather, you can just try to do a little bit. But that's how you gauge how you're feeling, isn't it? If you feel like you don't want to knit at all, you know you're not feeling that well. So, you know, we can gift things with the needles in them as well. Or you can, if they have to be mailed off, you can take a picture and you can mail them the week after Christmas or something, right? It's not the end of the world. Sam, you have a question? Oh, what's your question, Sam? Oh, yes, plain and seamed. Well, that's perfect, right? And you have got it done. That's wonderful. What kind of yarn did you use? A wool or did you use cotton or acrylic? Okay. So yeah, so seam. Next one you try in the round. Okay, that's fun. They would make good gifts too, wouldn't they? Oh, hey, Amanda, how are you? Is this just for knitting or crochet? Crocheters are welcome. Amanda, you have just asked the perfect question. Um, I knit every week, but starting January 1st, we're doing a little crochet challenge that a few of us are going to do, and we're going to do a square a day. Square a day is the challenge, but you can make your own challenge, and it can be a square a week, it can be a square a month, whatever you want to do. But yes, you're more than welcome. I mean, the next year, once we start in January, there will be a little segment of this reserved for some crochet chatter. So yeah, but you're more than welcome to join in. Oh, Nancy, it was acrylic. Yeah. Again, perfect for wash and wear and wash and use, I suppose, in this case, right? Um, Nance or Susie, I can see my family unwrapping gifts and see needles. My family are very used to that. Hmm. Oh, Nancy, it's for your mother-in-law. Well, that's wonderful. She will love it. That's nice. Sure, Sam. Color work dishcloths, that would be fun. Yes. Does color work take time to do? Depends on the pattern. No. I mean, not compared to your cables and your um, mosaic and illusion and all that. Not too much more. You just have to read the chart, but you had to do that for your other patterns as well. So I would say it'll take you exactly the same time. Hey, Linda. Yes, can't wait getting your yarn together. I know. I know. I'm pretty excited for the crochet challenge. So I think what we're going to do, Jocelyn and I are going to chat about it in a couple of weeks on a Friday, which I think is maybe December 20th, the Friday night. We're going to be here live, and the crochet challenge is something that we're going to talk about. So, from Amanda, what we're going to do is we're going to follow along Yarn Utopia's 365 squares. a year, something like that. You can Google it. You can also look it up on YouTube. Now, she did this challenge, I think it was 8 years ago, and there are 365 videos, one a day. And that's what I'm going to follow. Jocelyn said she did it 8 years ago, and that's how she learned to crochet, was following along on those videos. So I'm going to give it a try. I can crochet, but I'm very freestyle with my crochet skills. So I'm excited to go along. And there's no knitting crochet police here, right? So if there's one square a day that I just cannot figure out, or I really, really am not like doing, I will maybe skip that one and just go back to like the very beginning square and just do a basic granny square, whatever, something simple, or one of the other ones that I enjoyed. So, oh, I can read, but I can crochet. Oh, does that say you can't read a pattern, but you can crochet? You can't. So you know what? For me, that's what I find is looking at the crochet patterns. I find them very confusing as well. I find knitting patterns make more sense to me. But you know what? It's a challenge. So you can, maybe that's part of your challenge, is learning how to read the pattern. But you're more than welcome if you want to join in with us. Yarn Utopia is the YouTube. Now, I found if you go to Google and just search Yarn Utopia 365 crocheted squares, something like brings you up to her blog, and then they're listed by month. And the videos were easier to find in order that way. Have you tried following? Oh, yeah. So Susie's Manda Havud. So there's a lot of people here that do crochet as well, and some that have primarily knit, who have crocheted years ago, kind of thing. So I think I've got kind of, I have an informal list of people who are wanting to join in the crochet challenge with us. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out a time. I don't know what time. I'm really, but sometime January 1st, I am planning to do a Zoom call with the 20 odd people who want to do the challenge. And that can kind of be our kickoff, and we can encourage each other. And then I would like to do a monthly Zoom call for our crochet group people, just to keep that momentum going, because somebody, I don't know who it was now, was saying that they had started this challenge 8 years ago, or number of years ago anyways, and then they got to about August and then lost all their motivation, and that's where their squares ended up. So I'm hoping that if we can do a monthly Zoom call, that we can keep us all excited for what's coming next. Now, some people are doing their own challenge. Some people have got some scrappy crochet blankets. They're just going to just crochet some granny squares to go with the blanket they're currently making. There was one, Diane and Sally. You two were doing the same one, right? Um, Anyways, yeah. So it's kind of, you can kind of figure out. Liz, amazing how my mind goes la 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 when you talk about those squares. I know, Liz, I cannot talk you into joining us for anything, can I? That's all right. You can be our cheerleader. Okay. Oh, Amanda, so you've checked out some YouTube but hate the shorthand. Okay. My hand is set for my just okay. Amazing. Okay, yes. Okay, Diane's doing the square. So it's the same, yes, because I remember Diane, you posted a picture of the pattern, and there was a square version and there was a hexy version. So you're each doing the one's doing one, one's doing the other. That's good. That'll be fun to see how they progress along. I haven't really, well, I haven't. Sorta. I kind of know what yarn I'm going to use. That's going to be an after Christmas project. I'm hoping I have a couple of days off somewhere in that week between Christmas and New Year's, and that will be my time to find, I'm guessing, a 5 millimeter hook, some worsted weight yarn. I've got a whole bunch of the Impeccable. like I'm knitting the Sophie scarf out of. So I think that would be great to do my squares with because I want to use some of the squares to make a blanket for myself that I can just throw on the like on the couch, right? And when I know Daisy's going to sleep on it too. So I probably want something that I can wash and dry just to get rid of all the cat hair. But we will see. This says, I do not crochet, but one of my favorite YouTube is vintage crochet. Isn't that interesting? But that's totally different, right? Watching a TV show doesn't mean that you actually are going to do it, right? Right? So I can see where you would enjoy watching. Sally, you're doing the Coastline Starburst Hexie blanket. Susie, you're gonna do 2. Oh, yes, the Battenberg. Right, Battenberg square with DK and another with worsted in the Sunburst Granny. Both will be gifts. All right. So is the Sunburst Granny different? Oh, Sunburst and Sally's doing Starburst. Okay. I was thinking that was the same thing for a second. I'm glad you'll be busy to ask me how many dishcloths I've got done every month. Oh, Sam, we always have time for you to give us a washcloth update. All right. Well, everybody, okay. I honestly don't even know. Oh, we are just past 9 o'clock. All right. I guess that is time. The Battenberg is very pretty. I know somebody had showed a picture of that or they had talked about it and went to Ravelry. As soon as I saw the picture, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to make this. I'm like, okay, let's see how well I do crocheting. This is something I have wanted to do for a long time. I've talked about perfecting I don't know if perfecting is the right word, practicing my crochet skills. And I thought, you know what? This is the year we're going to actually do it. So who knows? Who knows what my crochet skills a year from right now? Who knows what I will be showing you? I may be showing you 365 single color granny squares. I may not get past day 1. I don't know. Um, we'll see. Or I could be completely proficient and love all of the whatever she's going to show us. I don't even know. So all I understand is that, and it makes sense, right? That the videos are going to kind of build on one. So day 1 is going to be the easiest, whatever it is you can possibly crochet. And then as you get through the year, at different stitches, different shapes, different I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know. So thread crochet. Oh, I'll be making doilies. Oh, Jude, you have no idea. Yes, I like doilies. I know. I know. That's like nobody else for like many generations have liked doilies, but I know I love doilies. That would actually be super amazing if I could crochet a doily. I actually have been like collecting patterns for knit doilies, but if I could crochet a pineapple doily, I might just that would make me happy. All right, we'll see. I don't need to be getting I'm keeping my expectations very, very low. I'm going to do 365 squares. I do have a couple people that I can go to in person for help if I get stumped on something, but I'm hoping that if I just sit and rewatch the videos over and over again on something that I'm not understanding, I'll be able to figure it out. So I'm excited. I am excited for this. So I am going to keep plugging away on my shrug. So next Monday, you will find out, did I wear it on Saturday? Did I not? Did I finish it? and it did not fit the way I was hoping it would. We will find out Monday. So stay tuned. There's the cliffhanger for Monday. I'm going to leave you all in suspense for a whole week. Come back or check my Instagram stories. I'll probably post a picture on Saturday, whether it's good, too big, too small, too long, too short. You'll see it, and then we can chat about it on Monday. Sherry says you're excited for it. Okay, I'm excited too, and I'll be even more excited if it's all good news. Oh, Susie, Louise, I can't help in person, but could help via Zoom. Oh, we've crocheted since I was a kid. Oh my gosh, Susie. Okay, I may need to reach out for some help. Okay, everybody, have a great week. Jocelyn and I chatted this last Friday night, so there'll be nothing this Friday. So I will see you. I'll see you Saturday on the Fiber Friends channel, and then we'll be back here on Monday. I am hoping, I don't know. I'm hoping, I know I'm not supposed to say the F word, but I'm hoping to have completed a few somethings, like even a dishcloth. At this point, with 16 days counting down, I need some dishcloths or something here finished. So stay tuned. I will show you some more and maybe have some Christmas balls done too. That's going to be like my reward. Once I get X number of inches done, I can play around with some Christmas balls. Thanks everybody for voting and for joining me Monday night here live and chatting is always fun. It's a great way to start off Monday. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. And we're here every Monday night. If you want to come back and join, and if you want to take part in the crochet challenge, that would be wonderful because I'm going to need all the support I can get from people who already know how to crochet. All right. Um, all right, everybody. Have a great week. Okay, I'm going to stop knitting so I can actually end this. Have a super week. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, and 16 days, everybody. Knit fast. See y'all Monday.